Hi Epics, I'm Sean Kelly, and here we are in San Francisco next to the Yoda Fountain, just outside of the legendary Industrial Light and Magic, ILM, a studio that's brought you so many of your favorite movie moments over the last 30 years. I'm a computer animator here, so normally my day is spent at my desk bringing characters to life, but today I get to take a break and give you guys a tour of the studio and show you around and let you meet some of the talented people working here. So let's head on in. The coolest thing about walking around ILM is all the amazing movie memorabilia and costumes. You've got Boba Fett, you've got walls of trophies, there's the MTV Movie Award, all kinds of stuff that's so inspiring to come to work and see every day. Also in our lobby, we have our Willis O'Brien statue. This guy invented stop motion animation and pioneered the entire industry. If not for him, you might not be seeing all the cool effects you see in movies today.
Good afternoon, Industrial Light and Magic.
And this is ILM's reception lobby. Unlike any lobby I've been in any office building anywhere else. You won't believe the cool stuff we have in here. Starting with these posters of some of the movies we've been working on lately, signed by the directors and producers. And you can even catch all these on Epics actually. And here we have the original bicycle animated to fly in front of the moon in E.T. You know, the stop motion animator animated the little puppets of the kids pedaling the bike and E.T. in the basket, and it goes in front of the moon, and it's right here on our reception desk. It's awesome. I started here as an intern. It was by far the most exciting moment of my life was getting that internship. I always wanted to work here. I'm an old school, longtime Star Wars, Indiana Jones fan. So getting that internship was the biggest thing that ever happened to me. And then as an intern, you know, you don't maybe get to do a lot of the important stuff on the movie, but you're surrounded by literally some of the most talented people in the world, and you can learn so much. So as an intern, my whole goal was learning as much as I could from the people around me. I learned a ton, and then eventually got brought on as an animator here.
Oh, I was fascinated from an early age with films that obviously could not have been photographed on a location somewhere. They represented something that had to have been fabricated in one form or another. And the whole idea of these realities that were fabricated was fascinating to me, and I wanted to know how it was done. These are people that come in the morning and they build spaceships and they blow them up, and that's their job. You can picture yourself being one of those people, and that really sealed the deal for me, is that, boy, I want to be one of these people.
So this is ILM's premier theater. It's our private theater. A lot of really cool stuff happens in here. For example, in the mornings we'll have dailies in here where they show our, the latest iterations of our work up on the big screen, and we'll all sit together and talk about how that can be better and how to make it cooler. We do that every day. Probably the coolest thing that happens in here is what's called the speaker series, which is a series of lectures and Q&As that are just for the employees, where the top directors in the world come and they sit right up there and we get to ask them questions and hear all about their thought process. So that's ILM's private premiere theater. We've got tons more stuff to show you guys, so let's move on. Hey, so here we are in the back of one of the screening rooms. One of the many things that happens in these screening rooms are the Flex screenings. Flex are kind of ILM's homage to Mystery Science Theater 3000, where they'll put up kind of older campy movies that employees at ILM generally worked on before they came to ILM, and those employees will get up and talk about how they did the effects for that movie, and we'll watch these old campy movies and kind of laugh and poke fun and kind of talk about how things have evolved and changed between the way things were done then versus how we're making movies now. Unfortunately, if you want to come to a Flex screening, you're going to have to get a job here first. It's just for employees, but come work here and come to the Flex screenings. It's fun.
The usual?
Yes, please.
Coming up.
Thank you. So, sometimes in this industry you're working some longer hours and you need a caffeine fix, right? And this is where we all come. What better place to come than ILM's own Jabba the Hutt? Another great perk about working at ILM is this. We have a fitness center. They open up early, so if you want, you can come before work and work out, but they stay open, so you can work out after work, or if you've got a free hour during the day, you can even come in the middle of the day and get in here and decompress and work on your guns a little bit and, get your workout in.
I like to come down to our gym to throw some weights around for lunchtime, where I can chill out a little bit, and that releases my stress.
All right, so this is the Lucas Lounge. It's our game room, another perk for the employees. We've got foosball, ping pong, pool tables, table hockey. We got video game machines in here, and of course, what Lucas Lounge would be complete without a Indiana Jones pinball machine? It might look empty right now, but wait till lunchtime. This place is gonna be jumping. We work really hard, but they don't want to burn us out. So kind of their philosophy is that a well-rested animator is going to be a more creative, productive animator. And a lot of studios, they'll run you into the ground and you're working 100-hour weeks. And that type of stuff usually doesn't really happen here at all. They want us to be, you know, happy. We've got game room and fitness center and amazing cafeteria and all that stuff. And, you know, they want to really take care of us. I really feel like we're not a number here. We're a name. We're like a person. It's not a factory. It's a bunch of artists.
I used to write them letters, you know, dear George Lucas, I want to come and work for you, that kind of thing. I get these nice letters back saying, thanks for your inquiry, we have your letter on record, don't write us anymore, you know. And years after I'd been here, there was a warehouse that we were clearing out, and somebody said, go in there and check it out, see if there's anything you want to keep. And there were boxes of Stormtrooper costumes and Ewok costumes and mine cars from Indiana Jones and all these weird odds and ends. And in the back corner, back right corner, there was a little box about 8 inches square with all these letters sticking out of it. I thought, I wonder if some of those are mine, and they were. So every now and then when I'm here at night, there's nobody else here, and you walk through and you look at the models and stuff, and I think, man, I can't believe this actually, that I'm here.
Growing up as a Star Wars fan, working here is my total dream job, and getting to walk past stuff like this every day, it's so inspiring, I can't even tell you. Han Solo and Carbonite, how cool is that? And on either side here, we've got some SciTech Academy Awards. That's like kind of the Technology Academy Awards. The studio has won 23 of those. And it's so inspiring to be a part of a place that has such talented people. So before we started doing so much of our work in the computer and compositing things in the computer, which is filming a whole bunch of different things and kind of putting them all together so it looks like they were all filmed at one time together. Before we started doing that in the computer, we did it on this. This is the Howard Anderson optical printer, and this is essentially like Photoshop before there was any such thing as Photoshop. So in Raiders of the Lost Ark, when they want to come up with an image of the guy kind of pushing the box down the aisle, the endless aisle of boxes at the very end of the movie in that huge warehouse full of boxes, they're not going to actually build a gigantic warehouse and 1 billion boxes to film that, right? They're gonna have a matte painter in ILM paint an amazing painting of boxes on glass, and then they're gonna film in real life a guy on a set kind of pushing that box down an aisle, and then they'll use a machine like this to take both of those rolls of film and put them in the different spools and take one picture right through the middle that goes right through both of those, and you come out with one image at the end that looks like a guy pushing a box into an endlessly huge warehouse. And this puts it all together and makes it look real. One of the things that makes ILM great is the team environment. It's a team atmosphere and a team effort for all of these films. And there can be huge crews working on these movies. And one of the ways that the company celebrates that is at the end of each film, they'll put together what's called a crew photo, where they, put the whole crew into the picture, and sometimes they'll even, for example, Indiana Jones, they'll even put in Indiana Jones and us down beneath him like we're all in the warehouse with the boxes, and there's me really little in the picture. But it's a cool thing to have and a good souvenir to remember your time on the film. As an animator, my dream has always been to work on these movies that might inspire a little kid the way that Empire Strikes Back inspired me. So just generally getting to be a part of some projects that I'm really proud of, like the Transformers movies, or some of the stuff in Star Wars is awesome, or some of the stuff in Indiana Jones is awesome, and getting to know that I got to help out in some small way with creating that, it's really rewarding and exciting for me. And for me, I guess my favorite moment's the last 12 years here. I love it.